If you've worked with teams in conflict, you're not alone. In our flash poll, 86% of coaches said that interpersonal conflict is an issue in the majority of their team engagements. So what's a technique to tackle the problem? Motivation might be the key. In a recent webinar, our expert coaches, Drew and Christine, explored a process for helping teams get candid and be transparent about their motivations, what drives them, and how that transparency can really transform the way a team works together. So what do we mean by understanding motivations? Well, imagine one team member who thrives on competition and another who really values teamwork. When these two work on a project together, those differences in motivation influence not only their own approach to their work, but they also influence how each of them perceives the other person's approach. So their lack of motivational alignment, without the words to talk about it, can lead to friction. Now, expand this example across a whole team where everyone has a complex and unique motivational profile, and it's clear there are a multitude of ways that motivations can conflict to create friction. But when a coach introduces motivational data using an assessment like the IDI, we can start to put words to these under-the-surface drivers. You'll want to start with individual IDI feedback first. Then each teammate has an understanding of their own drivers and the language to describe themselves to others. From there, facilitate a team session where people can share and reflect on their most resonant motivations. That's the transparency. Plus, the team can then look for motivational patterns across the group. Together, they can identify potential strengths, possible sources of conflict, and even flag places where too much motivational similarity can put them at risk for groupthink and complacency. A team with this level of insight can establish a meaningful plan to shift the way they work together and start to rise above the conflict that's been holding them back. By getting to know each other's motivations, teams can move from assumptions to understanding. Suddenly, conflict is less personal and more about just solving the problem together. Our coaches also shared a case study where they took a leadership team through these steps, and it led to some inspiring results. For that case study, along with the full webinar and more bonus resources, visit mrg.com.